Good morning. I think everyone's are in. Let's just start, shall we? But before that, just in case my mic isn't working or my connection kind of slow, please let me know. But before that, have you guys had breakfast this morning?
Good morning. I had breakfast with some toast and Milo just now.
Not yet, actually. I'm planning to grab something after this meeting, maybe some pancake.
Good morning, guys. Wow, your breakfast sounds good. I didn't take any breakfast yet because I don't usually have breakfast.
I see. But thank you so much for joining these meetings. And before we start, let me just introduce myself. I'm Iwana Balkis, and I will be your moderator for these meetings. And it will be wonderful if you could as well introduce yourself, perhaps.
Hello everyone. My name is Yurli Amiza.
Hi, my name is Shahira.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurafiza.
Hi Zurli, hi Shahira, and hi Nur Hafiza. Actually, the purpose of today's meeting is to plan and prepare for our upcoming workshop titled "Speak Up, Stand Up, Act Now: Harassment Prevention." So, this workshop is an important initiative by our company to ensure that all employees understand their rights and responsibilities when it's come to maintaining a respectful and a safe workplace environment. So we are here to collaborate on these three main areas. So let me change the slide. Right. So the first one is the benefit of the workshop itself, and then the key topics we should include, and thirdly, the strategies to boost employee engagement because we want them to join, right? So let's start by discussing the benefit of this workshop. Shahira, do you want to kick things off?
Thank you, Iwana. So let me point out the first benefit of the workshop is that the workshops can help promote a safe and respectful workplace. When employees know how to act properly, they will feel more confident and protect. It also helps to empower employees. They will learn how to speak up if something is wrong and support others who need help. So, what do you think about this, Fiza?
Yeah, that's a really good point, Shahira. I also like to point out that the workshop doesn't just promote a safe workplace. It also helps to reduce misunderstanding between team members. Sometimes small miscommunication can lead to tension or even conflict, and we might not realize that our words or action are inappropriate. So, by becoming more aware of how we communicate and behave, we can avoid those situations and make the workplace more comfortable and respectful for everyone.
Mm, I agree with you guys. Another important point is that the workshop will really help increase employees' awareness of the company's legal policies. A lot of the time, people might not fully know what's considered as acceptable, as in what constitutes as harassment and what is appropriate, and also the proper procedures are if something to happen. By explaining the legal policies clearly, we can make sure everyone knows their rights, their responsibilities, and the consequences if rules are violated. This way, we create a workplace where everyone feels informed and protected, and fewer misunderstandings happen.
Thanks, everyone. Those are a very great points. As you said, the workshop will create a safer, more respectful workplace by building awareness, improving communications, and helping everyone understand their right and company's policies. With that in mind, let's move on to the next point, which is what key topics should we include in the workshop to make it truly effective.
Okay, I will go first. So, the first topic is about harassment. Basically, harassment is when someone does or says something that makes another person feel really uncomfortable or or disrespected. It could be comment, action, or even message. For example, if someone keep making inappropriate jokes or personal remarks even after being asked to stop, that's considered harassment. So, I think it is important for
Mm.
us to really understand what it means so we know how to treat others with respect. Have any one of you experienced being harassed?
Actually, I have, but long time ago when I was still an intern in that one company. But at that moment, I don't have the courage to tell my superior.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but thank you so much for opening up. So, has anything done to that person?
Yes, actually, a few months after I finished my internship, he got caught as his behavior was already known to the superior.
Good to hear that. Well, that really shows that company really take care of their employees. I think that will bring us to Zurli's point.
Yes, Iwana, and I am sorry to hear that, Shahira. This is where the second key point will play a crucial role. I will talk about the procedures and investigation process. The workshop will explain exactly how employees can report any harassment cases, who they should go to, what information they need to provide, and how the company will handle their report. It will also walk them through what happens after a report is made, like how investigations are carried out fairly, confidentially, and within a proper timeline. This helps employees to feel more confident that if they speak up, their concerns will be taken seriously and handled properly.
I think that's a really good explanation. Maybe we can also suggest showing the steps using a simple chart or example, so employees can understand the process more clearly.
That's a great point, Shahira. Using a simple chart or flow diagram can make the reporting process much clearer. By outlining each step visually, employees can easily follow the process.
Now let's move into the third point, which is actions taken following the company policy. For example, when the harassment happens, action will be taken following company policy.
Do you mind to elaborate further on the company's policy?
Thank you for pointing out that, Ivana. It's crucial to discuss the action that will follow when harassment is reported. Employees need to understand that when they come forward, the company will take their concern seriously and follow a clear, structured process. For instance, we should explain who they can report to, how the investigation will be conducted, and what steps will follow. This transparency helps build trust in the company system and reassure employees that the process is fair, consistent, and handled with responsibility.
Well, thank you for your insight on the actions. Thank you all for the insight on the actions that will follow when harassment is reported. Now, let's move on to the third discussion, which is the strategies to encourage employees' engagement in the workshop. So, it's important that we create an environment where employees feel comfortable and motivated to participate. So, what are some ways we can make the workshop accessible, engaging, and effective for everyone?
I'll go first. To encourage more people to join and participate in the workshop, I think one good idea is to invite a guest speaker. It can be someone from HR, a counselor, or someone with real experience in handling harassment cases. A speaker like this can share real stories and give useful advice. This makes the session more interesting and not too formal or boring. People may feel more engaged when listening to real experience.
Yeah, I totally agree with the Chahira. Sometimes hearing real story from someone who have been through it can be more impactful than just reading about it. It makes the message more relatable and memorable for the participant.
I agree with you guys. And to make the workshop more accessible, we should implement convenient scheduling. Scheduling sessions at convenient times is key to ensuring that as many employees as possible can attend the workshop. By offering multiple time slots or considering different shifts, we can make sure that we are accommodating everyone's schedules. This helps eliminate any barriers that might prevent people from participating. By ensuring that all employees have an equal opportunity to attend and benefit from the workshop, the goal is to make it as accessible as possible, whether it is during work hours or at a time when employees can benefit better with availability.
Yeah, I think that's true, Zuli. And I also think that a great way to get people engaged is through interactive activity. Things like pool, quizzes, or even breakout session. Nothing too serious, just fun stuff that get everyone involved. For example, a quick poll in the middle of a meeting can get everyone opinion, and a quiz about the company could spark some cool conversation. And breakout session, they were awesome because they give people a chance to connect in smaller group. It's just a simple way to keep things fresh and get everyone thinking and participating.
I see your point, Fiza, but I'm not entirely sure if we should rely too much on interactive activities because while they're fun, we need to make sure the workshop remain focused on the core messages, especially since the topic of harassment is sensitive. If we go too far with tools or quizzes, we might risk trivializing the seriousness of the issue. So I think we should strike a balance on interactive elements are great, but they should serve the purpose of reinforcing the main topics rather than distracting them. But I love the breakout room ideas or the breakout sessions ideas though.
I agree with Wana. While interactive activities like polls and quizzes can enhance engagement, it is important that they are thoughtfully designed to support the workshop's core message. For instance, incorporating scenario based discussion can help employees better understand appropriate workplace behavior. This approach ensures that interactive elements reinforce the seriousness of the topic rather than detract from it.
Sure, guys, thank you for your point.
Well, I think that will be the end of today's meetings. Thank you, everyone, for your thoughtful contributions today. We've made excellent progress in planning this Speak Up, Stand Up, Act Now harassment prevention workshop. Just to quickly recap, we've covered the following key points, which is number one, the benefit of the workshop. We plan to promote a self-respectful workshop while improving communications and raising awareness about employees' rights. So the secondly is the key topic, which we define what is harassment, explaining reporting procedures, and outlining actions based on company policy. And the third one is the engagement strategies, which we want to do a convenient scheduling so that it's easier or accessible for participants to join. And then we will invite guest speakers and try to do interactive activity like polls or quizzes. But this one probably we gotta like rethink of it. But the breakout session is great. So we've made a great strides today, and I think we have a solid plan for ensuring this workshop is both informative and engaging. I very appreciate everyone's input, and I'm confident that together we'll create an impactful sessions for all employees. If there are no further comments or suggestions, I think we can conclude today's meetings. If anybody has question, no.
No.
So thank you again, everyone, for your time and contributions. But before we end this meeting, let me just share one quote, which is a respectful workplace isn't a goal, it's a standard we must uphold every day. So it's actually to achieve respectful workplace isn't a standard, isn't a goal. It's actually a standard that we must all uphold every day. So I think it's a very great mindset to have. So uh, I think that's it. Have a great day ahead, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone. Bye bye.
everyone. Bye bye.